So I'm trying to do a thing with the Android environment, trying to get accelerometer data from my phone. So this project naturally cannot be done on a non-Android device. It can theoretically be done on a PC, which has the Android library, but it wouldn't be able to make use of the accelerometer data which this program relies on. So essentially what this is, and it doesn't work properly, it's just a bunch of bouncing bubbles that react to the accelerometer data, and you can kind of get them to sort of collect at the bottom. I have the drag set very low, so it takes a very long time to do that. But you see how the balls are kind of glitching? I don't know why the balls are glitching like that. So essentially this entire import section up to here is just the data you get from here, the Android Processing API. And it's not actually the accelerometer data that's screwing up the thing. I don't know what it is that's causing it to do some weird stuff. So all this stuff is just the part of the API. I just had the color mode to HSB and the frame rate to 24, and it's on full screen. This is just to display the accelerometer data itself. And here it's just, creating the class objects of the array of the class objects. This is what I usually do for my projects. And this is just displaying the text and displaying the objects. So this is just the given accelerometer stuff. So AX, AY is your global variables. And in my class, I think this is where the issue is. So first, I don't really need fx, fy, fz. Initially, I thought that I was going to have some sort of the mass of the objects affect the how easy it is for it to go flying, because drag stuff, they're all spheres, so it's all proportional to the surface area anyways. But as you can see, they're all the same size, and I don't know why. And now it's a lot more obvious that they're collecting at the bottom. And now if I do this, it's a lot more obvious they're collecting at the side. So it only passes two arguments, the mass and the hue. And they are both randomized. So that it's given an initial position so that it's, not 0. So it says, okay, just be here and don't have a 0 velocity, otherwise the functions won't work properly. For some whatever reason, it doesn't work properly if it's 0. So this is again the forces that I don't exactly. I have to eventually lead it, put that into there. But here's where it starts to get weird. So the acceleration, I scale it down a little. The velocity x, velocity y coefficient is basically a drag coefficient. I could pull out my textbook and use the velocity / acceleration drag formula and simulate terminal velocity for these objects. But that's a later part of the project. So right now it's just saying that, okay, the velocity is increasing with acceleration, and the position is increasing by the velocity, and I don't need to use the 1/2 AT squared motion kinematics equation because it's already accounted for over here. And it causes that parabolic thing anyways, so that's good enough for me. So here, this is where it gets weird. This is where I'm determining the boundary conditions, and this is where it's doing that weird thing where it's just like sinking into the bottom. I mean, I can bring them back if I tilt my phone and upside down, and they fall back, so they're accelerating back. But I don't know why they're glitching at the edges of the boundary conditions. I tried playing around with this, and position X, if it's, so the mass is basically the diameter. For some reason, it technically should be position Z, but it doesn't work with position Z at all. And I think that's position Z is also broken. It should theoretically work with position Z as well. But I'm not sure why this section of code is broken. I really don't know why that section of code is broken. Or I should say it's very buggy. I tried decreasing the Z value so that it would, increase and decrease. I wish that it was a little bit more sensitive so that if I accelerated my phone upwards, it would detect that as a acceleration downwards. But if I drop my phone in free fall, then the blocks should the blobs should go upwards and increase in diameter. I'm not sure why it isn't doing that though. But regardless, it's this weird thing that's not working, and I tried so many different things to get it to work, and I just don't know why it's working. This accelerometer data is up there just temporarily, and the colors and everything is going to be so much nicer later. I might keep it as a rainbow thing just so that it matches the whole theme of my several dozen rainbow wallpapers that have balls and whatnot. But since I eventually want to create a library of all of these wallpapers and then publish it to the App Store, this can't be this buggy. I can't have it losing balls every second. So if you know why the balls are just trying to do this weird stuff at the edge, they're shimmying along the edge and then falling out in the corners, please let me know. I thought that initially that it had to do with the me having less than and not less than equals to, so that's not accounting for the 0, 0, the edge most boundary conditions, the corner boundary conditions, and it, if it reaches there, it just falls. But I tried accounting for that, and it doesn't. It's a closed loop, so I know that I can do this in one if statement, but I was playing around with it, and I don't know why it's not working. Please help. Thank you.